Hi folks, this is Melvin from Optoproductions.com and this is what we're gonna make in this tutorial. So today we'll be covering this Bevako noise Plethora. This module has 3 different digital noise generators, each with their own analog multimode filter. And the first 2 noise generators are exactly the same. They both have a filter with CV control and a resonance knob. And since these noise generators are digital, you can choose from 3 different banks with 10 different algorithms. To switch banks, just hold down the program button. And now you can choose from bank A, B or C. Note the small dot over here. If you quickly click the encoder once, it moves over from the top to the bottom half. So we have one program control to change presets for both noise generators. Hold again to exit the bank selection mode. And since we're in VCV rack, we can just also right-click and change the program from over here. The first 2 noise generators both come with 2 different parameters, X and Y. And to be honest, I really don't know at all what all these parameters do for all these different algorithms. But I think that's the beauty about this module, or modular in general. You just need to twist and tweak some knobs and you never know what to expect. I'll show some patching IDs in a second, but first let me show you the third noise generator at the bottom. We also have a filter with a resonance control over here, but this time we have 3 outputs, which can be used simultaneously. On the left we have the gritty noise section, which is some sort of clocked grain generator, and we can increase the grain density with the leftmost control. So let's take a listen. The rightmost output is just plain white noise. And the middle output has a filter, and we can change the source input from gritty or white noise. So to the left we have the gritty as an input, and we can filter it. Or to the right we have just plain old white noise. And of course we can change the filter, bandpass or high pass. So nothing really special here, but it's nice to have plenty of options, especially if you're constrained to a physical Eurorack case. Alright, let's make our first patch by connecting the output of generator 1 directly to our audio interface. Let's start on bank A. So we have to click once, move it to the top, hold again, and go to algorithm 0. And if you hover your mouse over the segmented screen, you can see the algorithm name, Radio Oh No. Okay, well this might emulate that classic radio tuning sound. Let's see if that's the case. Okay, that definitely sounds like a radio, without any music though. Well, let's move on to the second algorithm. I'm not gonna go through all of them, but let's just try some. The name says Airwalk, which stands for random walk. Sine FM flange. Yeah, no idea. Let's just play around. See what happens. Okay, so this is some kind of pitch control. And this is some kind of texture. Let's move on to the third algorithm, or number 2. Cross mod ring square, okay. Let's turn up the resonance. Okay. Alright, let me open a new patch for a second. So in this patch I've got tides, modulating the filter cutoff, and the output going into clouds for some delay. So without modulating anything else, we can already get some pretty cool sounds out of it, but just using the noise algorithms as an audio source. Okay, let's try another algorithm. Okay. Well, I can spend ages playing around. Let's move on to our next patch. Another example is using the noise Plethora as a random note generator. So the output of generator 1 is going to a quantizer, which is going into a process module with a sample and hold output connected, and the gate is from tides. And a sine oscillator is going into clouds for some delay. And the nice thing is that we have a filter, so if we turn down a low pass filter, we get no variation because we filter the high end out of our noise generator, and the more higher frequencies we introduce, the more variation we get. Or the higher the range. And of course the different noise types will generate different values of randomness. And since we've got multiple noise generators, we can also use the third generator and patch the filtered output to the gate input, so we can generate different rhythms. Well, you get the point. Just need to play around with it. Let's move on to another patch. If you move on to the second bank, we get more resonant or clustered noise types. Those are pretty great to make hi-hats. So I've got tides generating an envelope, sending it to VCA mic channel 1, which is modulating the output of generator 1. And I also connected a LFO, which is modulating parameter Y. Or we can modulate parameter X. And we can also maybe send an LFO output to the slope input on tides to randomize the decay. And like this we can create pretty organic hi-hat or shaker sounds. And we can change the shape. Or the filter, of course. Maybe a bandpass. Turn up or down the resonance. And yeah, we can try out different algorithms. Yeah, some may be more suited for hi-hats than others. And I believe towards the end you get more clustered sounds, so less harmonic sounds. And I think this is fun if we detach the envelope for a second. Oh. Now you can hear the cluster. Okay. Ooh. Very detuned. Okay, cool. And this one? Okay. Let's see what happens if we connect the output of algorithm B to one of these parameters. Or maybe the CV input to add some crackle. And then of course we need a reverb. What happens if we move to bank number C? What is this? Wind? Oh, sounds like wind. Oh. This might be a good one to modulate. Maybe we can use the second output, send it to the CV input of the spring. And let's send the griddy output to the FM input. Why not? Maybe if we use a resonant filter. And let's try sine wave. Let's use this algorithm and send it to clouds. Alright, that's it again for this video. The noise Plethora is really one of those modules you just need to play around with. But hopefully I've provided you with some tips to get started. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you next week with another VCV Rack tutorial.